All right. Now, I had a dream sequence, but I don't quite remember where I was supposed to go. Wait. Is it here? Is the entrance in this area? All right. Now, is there any way to activate it? And do you remember how to do it? Apparently, not entirely. It's all right. We'll just try our best. You have a look around, and I'll watch the logs. Maybe I can pick up something as well. Oh, we did it. Tracking stopped. Did you hear that sound too? Sounded like we did something right. Let's look around for some more. Wow. There we go. We got it. No. This should be where it appears. So, actually, we need to go up here. I'm detecting some tracking in the logs. Okay, that one was a lot easier than the others. That must be it. We did it, Leah. Is this another secluded location? Now that I think about it, Satoshi did mention an unused location within Sapphire Ridge back then. He must have been talking about this place. Does this mean he actually used this place in the end? Just how did he manage to hide it from Instantainment? So far, this place seems entirely abandoned. Please do not let this be a dead end. Shizuka?
Hello again.
Hi.
Still kicking, I see. Did you just forget everything I told you? Oh, that's just wonderful. So the bot is fully aware of itself and it doesn't even matter anymore. So then you simply escape your prison, re-enter the playground, just strolling around with my memories, like they're yours to use freely. Can someone please just delete you already? Oh, how I love to just rip your head off. But what does it even matter in this cursed simulation? If only I knew the machine you're running on, I'd gladly crush those circuits myself. Sorry? Don't you dare just sorry me like that. I know exactly why you're here. You plan to see him, and I won't let you. Why? You have no right to see him. You have no right to exist. All you should do is disappear. But since you won't do that, I will fight you. Right here. Right now. As long as it takes you to give up
Oh, well, whatever.
Still warming up.
Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do.
So that's all that revolutionary AI is capable of?
Well, excuse me for using the wrong shield. I meant to do this.
Curse you!
I'm just like strafing them by accident.
What is even your point?
Come here.
So why do you keep going, you stupid program? We're not done yet. Just because you won doesn't mean I'll let you proceed. Next duel.
She is determined. So am I! Come here. Pin body. Really had to commit to that attack, didn't you?
Yes. No, it's nothing. How do you know? Fine. You can enter. This way. He's waiting inside.
He lives?
Hi?
Is that? It really happened. Satoshi, finally! We found you! Leah, you're here. Does that mean... is he with you as well? All right. This way, please. Make sure we can read the number of this device. It's possible to connect to it using the IDN client. Oh? Just make sure to look at the number real closely, Leah. All right, one moment, please. Satoshi, I'm so glad to see you again. Same for me. It's been too long.
Sergei? Is that you?
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but before we continue, let me start a little program. Oh my god. All right, let's stay close and talk quietly. This room is being monitored. Having this noise around us should sufficiently mess with the protocol. At least for some time. I see. Well then, allow me to get straight to the point. Sergei, you should already know about Evotars. Is Leah aware about herself as well? Yes, she is. Good. This'll make things much easier. Leah, let me start by saying that you are, in fact, the very first functional Evotar. Minus a few remaining technical issues, like your malfunctioning speech module.
Why?
Wait. So, I didn't imagine it. You can talk. Partially. I hard-coded a few words into her module. I wasn't even aware that was an option. You always manage to surprise me, Sergei. It's nothing. Please go on. Right. Let me tell you what happened after Gotham, Shizuka, and I left Entertainment. Despite countless attempts, we failed to convince Entertainment to support our research. It was in that hopeless moment that we met a certain person. Mr. Benedict Sidwell. That's the name he gave us, at least. We never met him in person, and knew very little about him. Yet, he believed in our vision and offered his support. And indeed, with his help, we continued our research on Evotars. He provided us with everything we needed. Technical equipment, confidential specifications, and most of all, a test environment within the playground. We managed to continue our research within Crossworlds. Instantainment never interfered. To this day, I don't know how he did it. Things started within the small area of Sapphire Ridge. However, over time we realized that a larger testing area was required for effective research. And that's how we ended up in Vermilion Wasteland, a discontinued extension to the playground. Mr. Sidwell made it ours for research. We called it Evotar Ground. The new location wasn't the most appealing, but it certainly helped with our research. It didn't take us long to reach our first major milestone. Our first Evotar, Leah, was born, derived from Shizuka's avatar. Back then, things were going rather well. We made so much progress. It was exciting. Following prototypes have proven to be almost feature complete. It was at that point that a long lingering question started to emerge. What exactly should we do with those Evotars? You mean you didn't ask this before? Around that time, Mr. Sidwell made requests for additional features. He wanted to know if we could extract memories from Evotars. The memories of the original players. Hence, his original intent became clear to us. He made us develop a system to gather intelligence from players of CrossWorlds. The method works on any player of CrossWorlds. First, we apply a custom crosscode to the target player, overriding the original. Just after a short learning phase, we decouple it again. From then on, the modified crosscode can be run autonomously. The Evotar is born. In order to fully regain their memory, the Evotar needs to spend some time within the Evotar ground. And as soon as this is complete, we gather the intelligence. It turns out you can't simply extract their memory. But of course, you could interrogate an Evotar, just like any person. Interrogate them with virtually no restraints on the technique. The method worked. We managed to collect highly confidential information in secret, without leaving any trace. Of course, once we discovered what kind of business we ended up in, we started to protest. We never intended Evotars to be used in that manner. We were ready to drop everything, however. It was far too late for that. We'd broken several agreements with our ex-employer. That's why we've been reluctant to report anything to the authorities. And even when we considered doing that, Mr. Sidwell managed to blackmail us into submission. His intention was clear. If any of us tried to leave, our days would be numbered. Well, not that it mattered to me. Do you mean your heart disease? Please, don't tell me. I'm sorry. The Satoshi you knew died 2 years ago. Standing in front of you is the Evotar of Satoshi. No. I myself created this copy as an offer to Mr. Sidwell, so I could continue to serve him. In return, I wanted him to let Shizuka go. I was naive to ever think he'd fulfill his end of the agreement. I cannot believe this. Don't feel sorry, Sergei. Nothing could have ever been done about my disease anyway. Becoming an Evotar was the only option for me to stay in this world. We need to switch rooms now. Otherwise, the masking will lose its effect. Follow me. Satoshi. A system to extract information from players? This is unbelievable.
Kind of breaks the atmosphere, doesn't it?
We're not here to have a good time, Shizuka. So, you're now an Evotar. Can you move around freely in the playground? No. These days I'm confined within this building. That is also why I know little of what is happening outside. Are you aware that Leah has been in Evotar ground again recently? I suspected it from some protocol readings I had access to. I suppose they tried to drag Leah back into it? Yes. And once she was there, they could effectively track our connection. They almost managed to locate me. That means Sidwell is almost fully aware of your actions. This is troublesome. Something else I wonder. How did Leah learn the truth about herself? You do not know? Your little sister paid us a visit. You did? She confronted Leah with the truth. Very abruptly. Not again.
I don't see the problem. I merely told her the truth.
You know full well what consequences your actions could have had. Well, it happened. We can't change it now. I'm glad that Leah was strong enough to overcome it this time around.
Yes, congratulations, Leah. We're also very proud of you.
Shizuka, stop acting like a child.
Excuse me? You never stopped acting like a freak. Only caring for your dear little AI sister.
Enough already! Look, I know you have your issues with Leah, but you need to understand one thing. She's our best chance to get us out of this mess. Both of us.
What do you mean?
It's thanks to her that we got into contact with Sergei. Not only that, but she's the only one who can reach the Evotar server.
Why is this now the first time I hear of this?
I couldn't share this with you or anybody else. We're all being monitored. It would have jeopardized the whole plan. Anyway, with both Sergei and Leah's help, we might be able to get everyone out of this. You, me, maybe even Gotham. The Evotar server. It is the host for all Evotars with the exception of Leah. It's located within the playground itself, somewhere inside the dungeon compound of the Evotar ground. Access is highly limited. Only avatars with an embedded access key can enter the area without triggering the self-destruct sequence. Remote administration is disabled entirely with the exception of one command: the deletion of all data. It is Sidwell's final trump card. The server is impossibly hard to reach, and even if we tried, he could wipe its data at any time. It would put an end to almost any Evotar in existence, including myself. For Shizuka and Gotham, there might have been a slim chance to escape this whole mess. But for me, it was close to impossible. However, now that Leah's here, things have changed. Because she has an access key embedded, she can reach the Evotar server. Come again? Why does Leah have the key out of all people? Because I tricked Sidwell into giving it to her. I faked a malfunction of Leah's Evotar. I told Sidwell that the best chance to fix it would be to inspect the state of the Evotar and server side by side, while Leah was still connected. However, I wasn't allowed to access the server. As a compromise, I convinced Sidwell to go to the server together with Leah. He attempted to debug the issue while I provided remote support. In order to do that, Leah was given the access key. Despite all my efforts, I told him that the issue could not be fixed. As a final attempt, Leah was relocated to my personal development server, but ultimately, I concluded that she was broken for good. I was tasked with deleting her. Instead, I secretly snuck her back into official game servers, hidden within a small data corruption of the database. One where I was certain that an old colleague would eventually be tasked with looking into. Oh yes, that data corruption. What the heck? You really did not go easy on me. I had to make sure that not just anyone could fix it. And it worked. Honestly, all of this was a huge gamble, but here you are. You received my message and found me. And now, we need to figure out how Leah can reach the Evotar server before Sidwell has a chance to wipe its data. And I already have a few ideas I'd like to discuss with you in detail, Sergei. Of course! Let's relocate back to the previous room. From here on out, Sergey and I will dive into the technical details. You two probably don't want to stick around for that. Maybe spend some time together as well. Talk it out?
She can't talk.
Come on, you know what I mean.
Do I really have to?
Please, dear sister.
Fine. All right. What should we do? Honestly, there's nothing interesting to see in this building, and anyway, I hate it in here. Let's just head outside. This whole area is just so terribly delimited. No way to move around. Still, there's a little spot at the lake over there. Let's go there. This spot is pretty nice, isn't it? Certainly better than anything you'd find in Vermilion Wasteland. Let's sit down a bit. So what words can you say exactly? Hi, bye, Leah, how, why, wait, sorry. That's it? Must be bothersome. Also, still wearing those horns. So you hate them too? They're the worst, aren't they? That's all happened because of a stupid joke. I often complain that horns don't fit this Spheromancer design at all. So of course one day Sergey gifted them to me, very funny. And then they'd always log into my account and equip them. Those idiots. And now you ended up with them. Sorry for that. Why? Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Well, at least they left you the scar. Scars are badass. Guess we both have the same taste. Makes sense. But you're lucky, you know that? You missed the worst stuff. You didn't have to witness your brother dying in front of you. And the futility of the whole situation. They just kept you in that room all the time, taking care of you. Sorry. Shut up. Don't be sorry. Honestly, none of this is your fault. If anything, I should apologize for what I did to you. This whole situation, it's been going on for so long already. I just don't know what to do anymore. How much longer I can take this? Stop that. How can you be like this after all the things I did to you? It's too soon. Getting all touchy like that. That is nothing like me. Hi. You two are still at it?
I think we're done for the most part. Though there is one more thing. Shizuka, how is Gotham doing these days?
Well, I didn't speak much with him recently. He's busy designing his levels and flying around in his fancy avatar. He seemed content enough.
Gotham. It must be especially difficult to get him out of this. We did in fact meet him while we were here in the Evotar ground. From what we saw, it looked like he was physically located in the playground. Could that be the case? Yes, somehow Sidwell convinced him to do that. It is easier to keep him under control that way. And well, Gotham was always excited about creating his own worlds. The prospect of experiencing it in person was quite appealing to him.
Really? I think he's a lost cause. He's stuck in his fantasy world, playing his little god figure.
That blue avatar with orange clothing?
Yes, that's him.
That is unexpected. He acts like such a different character.
That's the whole point.
In any case, we should try to figure out if he's on our side with this or not. Shizuka, can you try talking to him about this? Just hinting at what is happening?
I can try.
Well then, I think I have a good grasp of the situation now. We will need time for preparations though. Certainly. If you have any more questions, you know how to reach me. Yes. I am glad I was able to meet both of you again. Same for me. One last thing though. Yes? Looking at what Sid will accomplish so far, I'm certain he has specific ways to track your actions. Because of that, please be extra careful if you plan to involve any other player. I will. And I already have my suspects. Well then, goodbye, and see you soon. Goodbye.
Take care.
Bye.
You too, Leah.
That was a lot to take in, correct? So, what to do next? All right, we should head back to the east of Sapphire Ridge. Specifically to that old dojo where you got the meteor shade. According to Satoshi, an entrance to Ivatar ground is hidden in that area. I'd like to have a look at it. We can use that teleporter for a quick connection to the dojo. Okay, we're at the old dojo now. The hidden entrance should be somewhere towards the east.